Hey guys, how are you going? It is me, your favorite Monique. Oh my goodness, I start to sound as a Kiwi. Your favorite Monique. Yeah, this week it is about hot and cold behavior. How do you create hot and cold behavior, and how do you uncreate it? So, what is it? First of all, if you're not familiar with the term, hot and cold behavior is you can experience it in anyone, actually, anyone and everyone, but here we talk about romance. So, it is your other half, your love interest, behaving this way in one moment, which is really into you, and then the next moment it's like you don't even exist as a feeling experience. Yeah, how do you deal with it? How can you change it? So that's what this video is about. If you would like to go deeper with me and join my first patron, yes, I have one patron already, and you would like to go deeper and learn from me personally, one-on-one, because there's one-on-one coaching involved as well, then click on the Patreon link in the description. And before I go into this week's topic, first this. So you heard it already. My name is Monique, and I welcome you either back to my channel or maybe this is the first time you find yourself here. And I came up with this dating with confidence subject because I don't find anyone out there that is using the teachings of conscious creation to create your best relationship. Like everyone starts to talk about collective dating rules again, collective consciousness dating rules. If they behave like this, then that, and then. No, everything and everyone comes from you. So if you are down with that, if you are ready to take full responsibility for everything in your life, everything and everyone, then you came to the right place. So the place to be for real conscious creators. Yes, that's where you're at right now. So it's not about taking responsibility when it suits you. It is taking responsibility always. Always. And that's like no joke. It's the best place to be because you have everything in your hands. You can create it all. You can have it all. You're worthy of it. Okay, so you know what you're here to do. You're here to consciously create your best relationship, and you're here to take full responsibility and to understand how you navigate difficult moments with your other half. And I talk from my own experience, so this is not just some theoretical, yeah, I know it works this way, but actually I have no idea it works this way. So I'm my own guinea pig. Let's just call it that. I'm my own guinea pig, and I share everything here with you that I learn. And I go deeper on my Patreon, as I said, on my Patreon. You can become a patron of my Patreon. I go deeper there, and here I'll give you kind of the general outline. And obviously, I won't let you leave without something that you can use in your own situation. Okay. So, having said all of that, full disclosure, I am just as much a student of this material as well. And I benefit from the message that comes through when I write about this or when I speak about this, because every time that I am in the mode of, okay, this wants to be shared, it is not something that my personality makes up. It's something that comes from deeper. It comes from an expanded consciousness. It comes from a different dimension, if you will. And it's not a voice that I only have. It is a voice that you have too. It's very much alive inside of you too. That's why you listen to this. That's why you feel drawn to this, because you hear and know the truth of it. You have the voice too. And it's very easy to tune into that voice when you're calm, when you're centered, and when you go beyond all the hurt that you might feel, or the anger or the pain you might feel. You're always connected to that what guides you, that what knows your innermost, deepest desire. That voice is always with you. Yeah? So you can tune into it yourself as well. And until that time, or maybe you do it both, you tune into it and you listen to me. And I'm always here for any advice you might need. Okay, let's get into it. Hot and cold behavior. So this can manifest in a number of ways, and it depends on the level of the connection that you have with this other person. So what it boils down to is, in this moment, they behave in a way that feels good to you. And in the next moment, they might behave in a way that really doesn't feel too good to you. So, first of all, it is nothing you have to be feeling emotional about. Of course, if you feel emotional about it, then allow yourself to feel it. I'm telling you it's not necessary. And why is it not necessary? Well, you have created it, right? You're a conscious creator. You create everything. You also created this hot and cold behavior, so you can easily uncreate it. Reacting to it in an emotional way means that it is real, not real, but you make it real by reacting to it, which then means you probably perpetuate it, but you can change that really quickly too by just really changing your whole idea and feeling about it now. Because every now moment is a completely new moment, and you can decide to uncreate it. And the third thing is, what you have experienced, let's say the cold behavior, you have just recently experienced that, and it hasn't turned hot yet. It is after the fact. The moment you experience it, it's after the fact. It had been created in another point in time, and it actually has been created in the spacious present. That's what Seth calls it. The spacious present is where physical reality, he calls that framework 1, springs from. The spacious present is framework 2. Everything is there. Everyone is there. All the versions, all the probabilities, all the worlds, all the dimensions, everything exists simultaneously in framework 2. So the moment that you experience anything in physical reality, the idea, the thought, the belief has been materialized. So it is after the fact. So what do you need to do then? I'll get back to that later. I'm just going to take a few things apart so that it feels more understandable. And also know this, yeah? My words here are not really that important. It's more the vibe you get from hearing this. Feel the truth in yourselves. Feel the knowledge, and you know exactly what to do when you need to do it, yeah? So just calm down. Nothing is the matter. So let's take the example of them being super into you in one moment. And this might manifest as they send you messages all of the time, and they do their best, really their best to create closeness to you. They want to see you as often as they can. You see them as often as you guys can. And they just generally make an effort. And this is the hot behavior. And then all of a sudden, or so it seems to an untrained creator, that it's all of a sudden, they are standoffish. They have tons of things going on that they don't have the time to message. They don't have the time to meet. And they don't have the time to be the lovely version of who you also know them to be. And not only that, you kind of in the meantime are depending on them to be that for you, because now that they're not that, it doesn't feel all too good. And there we already have one pointer. Yeah, it is not nice, and it is true. As soon as you start to feel that, it means you have gotten into dependency. You need them to feel good about you. And this is easy to fall into that. It's also easy to get yourself out of that. It is all about knowing who you are, knowing what you need, and knowing that only you can give that to you. Also, what type of relationship do you want? Have you figured that out for yourself? Do you want a relationship that is codependent, meaning they need you to feel good about themselves and you need them to feel good about yourself? I can tell you it's super valid if you would like to have a relationship like that, like no judgment there. And I can also tell you this is an accident waiting to happen. That's what codependent relationships are. If you're looking for a relationship, if you are creating a relationship like I am, that you're two whole beings that come together and create something beautiful together when you're together, then being dependent on the other person to make you feel good, it cannot be, because that's not a part of a type of a relationship like that. So, when your other half, when your love, when your SP, when your man, your woman starts to behave cold, there is only one thing that is going on, and that is you have a belief within your system that explains why this is happening. And it's not the bridge of incidents, because it will come over, it will enter your life through a bridge of incidents. A bridge of incidents may be, I'm sorry, babe, I'm super busy, this and that and that, all of that is going on. I just can't, I'm just really busy right now. I need some time to, take some distance. And you might say that is valid. Yeah, for the untrained creator, that is valid. For another dimension, that is valid, but not where we operate. We know that that's a bridge of incidents. The bridge of incidents that came from the belief, I'm not important enough, I'm second best, this always happens to me. You can find out what the belief is for you, but them being busy, them not having time, them having to tend to other important things, that's the bridge of incidents. That can only happen when you have something else going on in your belief field. So yes, it's super valid. It's super valid in a certain dimension, but not where we are operating from. So, you understand now what it is that is behind it. So it's super logical if all of the stuff is going on, but that's not what's really going on. What is really going on is that you have a belief that has created this. So how do you solve this? Very simple, easy, that's a different story. It's very simple. You figure out what is the belief that creates this? And you start affirming the opposite belief. That is the short version of it. If you want to come deeper with me, if you feel like there's more going on and I would like assistance, because don't get me wrong, you can do this all by yourself. You don't need assistance. You don't. You have everything you need within you already. It is just sometimes nicer to work with someone. It's nicer to have someone that can help you figure out what's going on. It's nicer if someone holds space for you, and it's nicer to vent to someone that understands. So if that feels like that is you, then come join me on my Patreon. The link is in the description. And yeah, for now, I'm wishing you lots of love. If you want to read the blog that goes with this audio, then check the link in the description. And I will see you in the next video. So much love. Bye.